you know, you podcast is the perfect platform for you to be sharing these. And so I'm glad that finally it's getting off the ground, and I'm sure that people tuning in will enjoy. Most of all, they will enjoy, obviously, what they will learn by listening to these stories is also valuable. But I think this is a lot of wisdom that you'll be sharing with a lot of people.
Well, I pray so. You know,
So
we do the numbers, but we go
yeah,
beyond the numbers.
yeah. I mean, numbers are just. I always say this. Don't worry about the numbers. They are just a way to measure your performance. So focus on the performance, and the numbers will work themselves
That's
out.
right.
They just guide you if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. So this applies to pretty much anything. So share with us some topics that you intend to cover, other than the personal stories.
Sure. Well, retirement planning is a very, very big focus for my clientele. They always want to know, when can they retire? Do they have enough to retire? Some even want to know how they stack up with everybody else. I don't really care. None of that really matters. It's all about you and what you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes just throwing money against the wall isn't good enough. You might have a hole in your bucket. So, for example, if you can imagine a bucket with holes in it, and that's your retirement plan, but if it's infested with holes that maybe are too much fees that are leaking out the holes, or the wrong allocation, or just, you're wrong thinking about it. Sometimes if you're working with an advisor that doesn't really understand the fundamentals as well as charting and the economy and everything related to the market that makes up where you should be leaning your ladder in your portfolio, that could be a huge wealth leak. So we try to identify as many wealth leaks as we possibly can. So aside from retirement planning, maybe you're of a 40, 50-year-old and you're trying to put your children through college. Well, if you are not structured properly, according to the rules of college financial planning, that could be a huge wealth leak that ends up robbing your retirement from resources that you could have easily had you just known. Remember what I said before about that circle of all knowledge? It's getting people to understand what they don't even know that they don't even know about a given topic that can really help them move forward financially. I mean, maybe it's something as simple as, maybe they're overspending. I have had many people overspend, and then I had to find out why. Because if you know why, everything can change, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's an insurance or a risk profile that could be wrong, or maybe their tax picture isn't correct, or maybe their estate planning documents are, just not seasoned properly. They're not correct, or they're too old. So there's just a lot of financial topics, and if you think about it, it's everything in your life that has a dollar sign connected to it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I can see that there's real financial topics that ultimately facilitate that building an empire, building that legacy.
You
So,
have to.
yeah, I see that you're going to cover each and every one. Chris, what I want to do also is I want to get to know you a little bit. I want your audience also to get to know you a little bit. So, tell us who Chris Everett is. I know you're not that tennis player. So,
Aren't I cuter though? Come on.
you
I spell
definitely.
better. So when I was a kid, I thought I was going to become a singer in a rock and roll band. So I actually did that. I was going to be famous, rich. I was just going to be on the stage the whole time singing. So Lord has really given me a great voice, and sometimes I even write music.
Yeah,
So
really.
working with the left side of my brain, the right side of my brain is very easy for me to do.
Yeah.
You may find me in any given day. If I get tired of working the numbers, I'll go do something creative. So that's who I am at my core.
So, but tell us though, tell us where you grew up. And then my favorite question is, think about, as a kid, the very first thing that you can remember that resembles what you do today.
Ah, hmm, that's a great question. I never thought about that. I was thinking the very first memory that I had was driving with my family. We were on vacation, and back I'm old enough that back in the day, we used to be able to sit in the back window of the car, before they would pull you over and take